Mike LePorte back with you on the Rural Radio Network, and with us, LeAnn Saunders, who is chairman of the U.S. Meat Export Federation from Castle Rock, Colorado. LeAnn, a little bit of a different background for you as compared to perhaps some as you come into this. Tell us about it.
Yes, well, my husband and I founded a company called Where Food Comes From 20 years ago, and started off as IMI Global and have expanded since then. And we've been involved in livestock identification, traceability, verification, and certification services. So coming into USMEF 20 years ago, we came in as an agribusiness member and really looked to them to see what was happening from a global trends perspective and how that would impact us as an agribusiness member.
So this business, just give us a little more information about how that works and just some of the specifics.
So we have 3 different divisions: IMI Global, Validus Verification Services, and International Certification Services. And we're primarily focused on on-farm activities around helping producers and companies meet certain guidelines, whether those are domestic or international guidelines or standards or programs. So for example, in the beef industry, an example of that was helping producers meet the source and age requirements for the Japanese market, or helping producers meet the NHTC requirements for the European Union in order to export to the European Union. So that's the activity that we help in the supply chain.
Your background, as I understand it, you do kind of have the ranching ties to that part of the world, right?
Yes, sir. I grew up on a commercial cow-calf operation in southwestern Colorado, and my family still ranches today in southwestern New Mexico.
Well, why is it important? Of course, I think I know the answer, but let me get it in your words to promote this product that we have and do it the way that USMEF does.
So when we look at the future, with 96% of the world's population outside of the borders of the U.S. and a rising GDP, especially in the Asian markets, our opportunities are vast when we look at the international markets. And when we look at prices specifically, and we look at the optimization of carcass value, if we can ship a liver here and around here to optimize carcass value, that equates to more dollars per head for each individual animal that we sell. And in 2014, we hit a record, and that equated to $300 per head that the export markets add to every fed animal sold in this country.
Now, you talked about some of the work your company does in verifying, certifications for certain markets. Isn't that going to become more important as we go along, trying to make sure that we dot all the I's and cross all the T's?
Yes, sir. As we look to the future of our business, we see it continuing to grow across food categories, and the need for us as a livestock system to be able to back up specific claims that we're making with these type of verification activities.
So, any particular places in the world where we are kind of at the top of the list in terms of working to open up markets? Is there ABC agenda that this place is really where we're spending a lot of effort? I know USMEF has a lot of places in a lot of parts of the world, but where are the hot spots at the moment?
Well, if you look at where the hot spots are for the beef market in 2014, our strongest market continues to be Japan. We've been in that market, a developed market, and worked in that market for a long time, developed long-term relationships, and they will pay the money for the high-valued product in that Japanese market. But we've also seen really strong growth in the Mexican market. Hong Kong, we have record export numbers to the Hong Kong market and are seeing a rise again in Korea. So those are the strong beef markets. We're also seeing, when you look at more of the emerging markets, strong growth in Central and South America. So a lot of focus in those markets as well to continue to grow and build them.
Somebody made the comment here, one of the individuals that I had visited with, about the fact that back, and I think in 2003, when the cow stole Christmas and we lost the Japanese market, that may not have been all a bad thing, because we actually had to go out and develop other markets.
I think it's always, anytime you have some sort of strife or failure, you then take a look at yourself in any situation and try to rise above that. And I do think we're probably better and stronger and have better systems in place because we had that adversity.
Are you surprised at all that beef demand is as high as it is, given the price of beef out there?
Yeah, that to me is very interesting. And when you talk to folks, you really wonder what is that top line, at what point does things really start pushing back? And, if you heard the cattle facts folks this morning and you hear others talk, you do think you already seen a little bit of pushback. And even in the international markets, it's a little bit more of a challenge for the exporters today, obviously because of the value of the dollar and then other things that we're looking at with restrictions. So yeah, I do think it hurts other markets more than others. You have markets like market, particularly in Mexico, that might not be as high a value market, but we sell a lot of volume there. So that will impact some of those markets greater. We're seeing a little impact in the European Union because of the high price of the dollar as well. So yes, depending on the economy, it can have a huge impact.
USMEF has offices, as we indicated, in a lot of places. Any particular efforts or plans to focus on any new areas in the world?
So we are engaged this year in an exciting kind of new opportunity called Project 40. And it's really all about saying, okay, we've been such a successful organization for the past 40 years. How do we build upon that for the next 40? And really looking at strategically how we grow and expand and make sure that the organization is well positioned to take on those challenges for the next 40 years. So we're kind of assessing all of that as we speak. USMEF does an excellent job every year of looking at all the markets around the world and doing a very detailed strategic market profile. And so they're very market-based organization. And because of that, don't just have static marketing programs, but very flexible and ever-moving marketing plans.
Now, I suppose as a chairman of USMEF, you're pretty busy doing a lot of different things this year.
Yes, sir. Yeah, a lot that this organization does, and as chair, a lot that I need to do to support and get the message out and look for ways to grow and make sure that every checkoff dollar spent is spent judiciously. And I really feel strongly that the dollars spent in this organization really have a good return on investment for the cattle producers.
Well, we appreciate the update here. LeAnn Saunders is chair of the U.S. Meat Export Federation from Castle Rock, Colorado, visiting with her here at the Cattle Industry Convention going on in San Antonio. From the meeting for the Rural Radio Network, I'm Michael LePorte.